What's up, everybody? Welcome to EndFaze Games. I'm Brandon, and for today I have a top 10 list of my favorite cards. There's not really a rhyme or reason to this list other than I really like the art, I really like the gameplay of the card. Some of them are just some of the first cards I had in some of my first decks. Just wanted to go through them, do something a little bit different today. I'll probably do some more top 10 videos in the future, but wanted to tell you about my 10 favorite cards. Doesn't mean they're the best. Some of them are actually pretty well spread out across different meta decks right now. And just wanted to go through them one by one, and we'll go from there. So let's start with a simple one. So this is the Lighthouse. Other than it just being my favorite art of any of the dual sites, I've played a lot of air water, and just this being a dual threshold of one water, one air is just a staple in any of those decks. The art is just awesome. I've seen some alters of this card, and those are just phenomenal as well. But if you're playing water and air, you have 3 of these in your deck. It's an exceptional. I think water and air only get better with Arthurian Legends getting ready to come out. For number 9, this could have been higher on my list, but I have it at number 9. It's Mirror Realm. One of the, or if not the best site in the game. It's a unique, so you can only have one copy of it in your deck. But the great thing about Mirror Realm is that it copies whatever you want it to copy nearby. So if I have it on site 9 here like this, it's going to copy whatever is up here in this square. It's going to do the nearby effect. So to get it a little bit better in the camera here, for 13, it would copy this, or down below, which is outside of the camera. The art's awesome. This also has a curio version where this mirror up above, it will be at the bottom. So if you're lucky enough to pull one of those, you have a really good card. So yeah, Mirror Realm at number 9 for me. Number 8 is Evil Presence. So I was really trying to get a water air spirits deck to work. It's won a few smaller events here and there. But Evil Presence is just such a good card. You may summon spirits to affected sites. When you summon a spirit here, give it charge and return Evil Presence to its owner's hand. So play this on a 4 square or a 4 point like that as an aura. And then you bring out your minion to square 9, 8, 13, or 14. You're going to give it charge. This is going to bounce back to your hand so you can use it again. And then they're going to be able to attack right away on whatever site they want to. It's a great card. It's one of those that you obviously you get to recur it because it jumps back to your hand, and attacking the turn a minion comes down is always very good. You can combo this with Nimbus Djinn. You can combo it with Ghost Ship. All the spirits. It is a spirit card. This one's probably a little bit hard to see because this is the foil version. It is a pretty dark card with the art. But this is just a great card. One of my favorites. Speaking of Nimbus Djinn, we got Nimbus Djinn sitting here at number 7. He's an elite. You can only have 2 of them in your deck. But once he comes down, people want to get rid of him, or he's going to be doing his discard a spell effect, and he's going to be hitting you for a ton of damage. So let's say if you had that Evil Presence here, and you summon Nimbus Djinn here, this is going to bounce back to your hand. He's going to be able to attack as well because you just gave him charge. But if you have your hand full with a bunch of spells, you're going to be able to do that. Discard a spell, deal 3 damage to another random unit here. Obviously, if there's only one other unit on that site, it's going to be hitting them for a ton. Usually, you're going to be playing this right on top of your opponent's avatar and just smacking them for 3. It's in a lot of Death Speaker decks. It's in a lot of, you know, the normal spirit decks. And then with him being a spirit, obviously, once again, with the Ghost Ship combo, you're going to be able to bring him back from the graveyard as well. This is a great card. Love the art on it. It's just really, really, really good. My next one is the Color Out of Space. This is actually the promo version that you get from the Dust store on the Play Network. It is a unique, and this provides no mana or threshold if it's not adjacent to the void. So if I'm going to be playing it here on Site 9 again, I need to have Site 10 or Site 8 to stay a void, or 14 or 4, which is up here. You can also counteract that ability by smoke stacking it. So if you put a smokestacks of Gnak over here, it's going to lose its ability, which then it's just going to give you mana, and it's going to give you all 4 thresholds. This is probably my top turn 1 site. Like, if I see this in my hand, I'm loving life. Like, in some of my decks, you're actually going to see another one of my favorite sites that I really like to have turn 1. But I don't think you can go wrong with a turn 1 Color Out of Space. It's a water site, so if you play it under your avatar, a lot of decks want to run bury to bury your artifacts and stuff like that. They can't bury them because it's a water site. So yeah, love that card. There's the full art background that you get with the sorcery foils, and it's just a great card. For number 5, I'm going to go with an avatar, and that is the one that I've been playing the most recently, and it is Avatar of Air. This comes from the alpha precons. It's the only way to get it. You can get sketch cards of it, I believe, in beta booster boxes as a curio, but it's not playable. Like, it's just a blank, you know, sketch card. Doesn't have any card text or anything, and this is just such a cool avatar. It's a very unique kind of deck. It has the regular tap to player draw a site, and then its effect. This avatar is all about mobility, moving itself, moving your minions, moving their minions. Once on your turn, if you occupy an air site, you may fly a unit atop it to a nearby site. So if my avatar is here and on 14, they have a, let's move it over to 13 for a little bit of better view. Let's say they have a minion on 13 with you, and let's say you have a free city here, you can just fly that minion here, and as long as it doesn't have airborne, you can have that free city attack it and take it out, usually because free city is going to be doing 3 damage. It's just such a good card, and then it's going to be flying around. It's just such a fun deck. Yeah, Avatar of Air is just great. For number 4, the main site that I want to see turn 1 in an Avatar of Air deck is Cloud City. This is my favorite site. For 3 air threshold, once on your turn, this site may fly to a nearby void. It's just so cool. It's such a great mobility piece again for that deck. Play it on 13. If this is a void, you can fly it there as long as you got 3 air threshold. If nine's a void, it's nearby, fly it there. It's just such a cool card. I wish I had this in a foil version. They also have this available in the dust store as well. Yeah, not much else to say about Cloud City. It's just great. It's a unique. You can only have one in your deck. Provides 1 air threshold, which, I mean, you're gonna hit easy in the air deck. It goes in a few other decks. I've seen it in some Death Speaker decks, and anything with, I mean, it gives you 1 air threshold. There's no reason not to have it really in an air deck. For number 3, Ghost Ship. Talked about that a few times. This is probably my favorite water card, and it is definitely an integral part in the Spirits deck. It has Void Walk, and whenever Ghost Ship enters a site from the Void, you may summon a spirit from any cemetery to its location. So summon in Sorcery is just put into play. So if we played this on 13 and that's a Void, and 14 is a site, we're gonna tap to move it. It's gonna move there, and then it is going to bring back a Nimbus Djinn from the graveyard, because we have it in our pile of favorite cards. And it's so good. Anything that brings back minions is good. It is a little, it can get a little clunky because it's a 6-drop. You do only need 1 water threshold. You can give this thing charge with Evil Presence also. Let's say you have an Evil Presence right there. You play it on 8. Let's say that's still a Void because you're playing it, later in the game. Somehow it's still a Void. This card is going to have charge. You're going to swing in for the 5 here, and because it entered a site, you're recurring something from the graveyard on that. That's another big combo piece there. Ghost Ship is usually a big target once it comes out. So sometimes it doesn't last too long, but with it being Void Walk, I mean, it usually does its thing one time at least, and it's just a great card. The art is awesome. I love that art style. I think that's, who is that? I'm not even gonna try to announce that or pronounce that, but I think they did Battle Mage and Headless Haunt, the art for the artist for that card. So yeah, Ghost Ship at number 3 for me. Number 2 is my favorite avatar, Death Speaker. This was the first deck that I tried to build. Kind of followed in the footsteps of Ira a little bit, and I love this card so much. It has the regular tap, play, or draw a side ability that all of the avatars have, and like just with the spirits, anything that's able to recast something and do a thing, it's gonna be good. You may cast 1 dead minion each turn, and for 0 if you're on Death's Door. Whenever you summon a minion this way, banish it. So you can summon a dead minion from any cemetery. So you can bring them back from your opponents if you want. Like if you're playing in a Death Speaker mirror, you're gonna be recasting theirs first before you use up yours. They're gonna be using yours instead of theirs, unless it's something that they don't need at that time. But Death Speaker is such a fun deck. It's usually based on a lot of draw. You're gonna want to draw a bunch, and then throw out a Summoning Sphere and Nimbus Djinn, and then boom, you're hitting them for Death's Door, 1-turn combo. I think this deck can do nothing but get better, because there's always going to be Genesis effects. So enter the battlefield. That's what Death Speaker lives and dies on. It wants to recur things and then just throw them back away, banished, to do another draw. You can combo this with the Geistwood, and the first time that you're gonna play a minion on the Geistwood, you're gonna get the Genesis effect. You're gonna try to get it to die on the Geistwood, So then it recurs their Genesis effect, and then you're gonna do the Genesis effect again with the Death Speaker. You can use those cards 2 to 3 times with the Geistwood, which is also a unique. So yeah, Death Speaker, very good. The Banshee card is gonna help it out, because that can go in a spirit version of Death Speaker, and then oh, I can't remember the name of the Arthurian Legends card that lets you name a spell and your opponent just can't play that spell the next turn. Combo that with Swivin Scout, where you see their hand, they can't play their next drop that they want to drop. So that is Death Speaker. All right, number 1 is the Immortal Throne. I love cards with win cons, and this card has a very awesome win con. It's a unique monument of life everlasting. Whenever anyone plays a card with a cost equal to the number of level counters on the Immortal Throne, they draw a card and add a level counter. At level 8 or more, an avatar here alone wins the game. So this goes super good in Death Speaker decks. It can just be a draw engine in other decks. You just got to watch out because it will benefit your opponent with, you know, smaller hand sizes, starting out in Sorcery, starting with 3 spells and three sites. You have to plan your turns accordingly. It starts at 0, so a site is a 0 cost. So you're gonna play this, then you're gonna play your site. That's gonna give it a 1. You're gonna draw, and then if you have a 1 drop in your hand, you're gonna play that 1 drop, trigger it. This will go to 2 already. You're gonna draw again, and then from there, it's a countdown. They need to take out this monument with a dispel or something like that. It will still trigger underground. You just can't win with it because your avatar doesn't have the burrow ability, but you're still drawing and your opponent will still be drawing as well. You can bring this back with Undertaker Engine, I think, as well, which is a 7 drop. So it could be your last pull to bring this back up if it gets buried, and then you win the game if you're there alone. Very, very, very cool card. I love this card so much. The art is great. Once again, the kind of hard to see here because I pulled the foil version out. But it is a very cool card. Cards with win cons, and anything with draw in this game is just something to watch out for. So there you have it. Those are just 10 of my favorite cards. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll probably do some more top 10s here in the future. I know everybody hates some cards or doesn't like playing against them. I think that'll be a fun one to do. I'm going to get with some of my friends and get some of their reasons why they hate certain cards. It'll just be a beta list for now. I'm sure we're all going to hate something out of Arthurian Legends eventually. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. See you.